Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life?
On August 14th, Leah was in a severe accident while working construction for Habitat for Humanity. A huge forklift was on an incline, and it was muddy. The machine started to slip, and Leah was partially crushed underneath. 3 vertebrae, T4, 5, and 6, were crushed. Her right leg was crushed, and her lung was punctured. She had a multitude of surgeries and procedures, fighting for her life in many of them. Her right leg was amputated, and she is paralyzed from the chest down.
We were in the room, and one of the very first questions that she asked was, "Can I still draw?"
Here's what you should know about Leah. She is a builder, a dancer, a lover of animals and nature, a poet, an artist through and through. She loves life and soaks in the magic of the everyday.
She's always been very brave and athletic and takes things as they come.
Before the accident, Leah lived in a gorgeous tiny studio that she 100% designed and built herself, down to splitting the shingles for the roof from a felled tree she found in the forest. She worked at Habitat during the day and spent evenings and weekends building a stationery company, Tiny and Snail, with her sister Grace.
And so when Leah had her leg amputation surgery, afterwards she was coming out of the anesthesia and she looked up at us and she was like, well, Tiny just keeps getting tinier. And that's Leah in a nutshell. She's just consistently surprising you with how incredible she is.
So much has changed for Leah, but those things that matter most have remained the same. She remains keenly aware of the gift of life, continuing to express gratitude, even after facing such life-altering events. She is grateful that her arms and hands still work and that she didn't sustain any brain injury. Leah is currently in rehab, learning life from scratch. She is as strong as they come in her size, a love warrior in every sense of the word.
She was just always there telling me that it was okay to be who I am and okay to be interested in what I was interested in. And she's always been really amazing at being just who she is and also just caring and listening to others. So she's a really special person.
Poetry has been like air to Leah over these past few weeks. One of the very first pieces of art she created for her hospital room was lettering a quote from the Mary Oliver poem, The Summer Day. Tell me, what is it you plan to do with your one wild and precious life? We are all waiting with bated breath to see how Leah's wild and precious life unfolds in the coming months and years. In addition to being sustained by poetry, dance and movement have been constant companions to Leah during her battle. Even without the use of her legs, she had daily dance parties in the ICU with her sister and continues to dance at rehab, even on the hardest days. Keep dancing is written on her soul.
Her creativity and love of life shines through even on the most brutal of days.
And she just is so incredible at treading paths and going to places people don't think to go to but are beautiful.
While Leah's medical bills and rehab costs are being covered by workers' comp, there are so many costs up ahead that will not automatically be covered. Equipment to help her continue to enjoy the outdoors, a wheelchair-accessible house, a car that can be outfitted for her to drive with her hands. These are all areas that are not fully covered, but which will be essential in helping Leah thrive in the upcoming chapters of her life. Every dollar raised through Big Love for Tiny will help get our love warrior back to living a gorgeous, independent, artistic life.
You all give us hope.